Well, they're a difficult team to play against because they're the slowest pace in the nation. And regardless of what the score is, they stick with their game plan. And against Maryland and St. John's, they came back in the game because of the three-point shot. And we told our guys, whatever pace we have to play, we're going to stop the three. We lost to Hofstra in Santa Clara because of the three. That was the best half of defense we've played here in 2.5 years. It was absolutely spectacular. There was not even one time did they get a look at the rim, clean look at the rim. Obviously, DJ was spectacular. We continue to not turn the ball over, only 9 turnovers again. The only negative I could possibly find is we're still fouling too much. And it's not fouling in the press, it's fouling in the half court. And what's happening is the bigs have to rotate because the wings are getting beat. And we've got to stop that going into the next game. But overall, a brilliant performance defensively. For 35 minutes, that was just spectacular.
Coach, what was your thinking about the Twin Towers tonight, during the week leading up to this game and playing them?
It's no thinking. I played Cruz and Berrick at the 4, and we just got annihilated on the backboard. Annihilated, and they shot, not only they shoot well from the 3, but it was we got out-rebounded by 15. So we went with Osborne. You know, we've had a difficult time with Osborne. He's lost close to 25 pounds since last year. And it's the first time in my coaching career I haven't been able to put on weight on a player. First time, ever. Nazir Mohammed lost 100 pounds. Walter McCarty gained 35 pounds. It's the first time. And we've tried everything.
Can you get into some of these Italian restaurants in the show?
He just doesn't like to eat.
Okay.
You know, he doesn't enjoy eating like most people do. And he's not young, you know, he's older. But so we just decided not going to weigh him anymore. It's too frustrating. And we're just going to concentrate on what he can do. And he did a lot of good things. He's still physically weak. A couple of times they posted him up with small people and just backed him in the lane and laid it up and put it in. So he's going to have to learn to front the post. But it was okay. He did a good job in it. We're not as strong offensively without Quinn, but we're better defensively without Quinn.
Can you give us an update on Quinn?
He's got a high ankle sprain. It could be 3 days to 3 weeks. You just don't know what that is. That's a tough injury.
Okay.
It's a bone bruise.
Okay.
Coach, how'd you feel Nelly Jr. Joseph play today? Got the 10 rebounds, 10 points coming back from the 4-point at Santa Clara.
He did a good job. He's just got to learn to explode at the rim instead of away from the rim. In practice, he does it every single day. Gets in the game and he looks to avoid the contact rather than when you catch the ball in your eyes, you got to knock the defensive man's head back. And he's going sideways and not. He's letting the defense come to his body rather than knocking his head back. So he's getting it. But look, Dennis Jenkins is a special player. Playing great for us. Playing great for us. He's. We knew right away we were getting something special.
How do you work it? Last game, Walter Clayton had 26 points. Now Dennis had the big game today. How do you kind of coordinate who's going to take the shots?
We don't. We just move the basketball in our sets. We have over 20 sets. Tonight, because they go under the pick and rolls, we took advantage of that. They switch a lot. We took advantage of that. And Walter tonight was in foul trouble. He would have had a great game as well. He's playing. Walter and Davis are both playing great.
How about Michael Jefferson, Anton Brookshire coming off the bench, getting more minutes, getting some confidence?
They are. Michael's getting confident. Neither guy played real well, but they didn't hurt us. And that's, as they get more playing time, Michael's, you know, he's an undersized power forward, but he's doing some good things.
Cruz Davis got a few minutes, got minutes tonight, got a couple of points.
Yeah, he fell down a lot.
Rick, it seemed like this was the most bench scoring though this season tonight.
Yeah, we were pressing the whole game, and it wears you out when you press. And we even just 2 or 3 minute breaks count. If we can play 9 or 10 people, it makes our defense that much better. And look, we've got 3 games in 6 days. It's not going to be easy.
You were concerned about the bench for a while. Are you getting more confident in the bench now?
Not really.
No.
I think when Quinn comes back, I'll be more confident.
Yeah.
It'll make it much better. But Osborne and Nelly, one of the reasons why I played such great defense, they couldn't see the rim. When they drove, they couldn't see the rim. I mean, Noah Tomlinson has been killing everybody, and every shot he took tonight, with the exception of 2 in the second half, were difficult ones.
Rick DJ.
I mean, they didn't score a 3-point shot in the first half.
Yeah. Rick DJ talked about how
you challenged the guys and put them in better positions. After the Santa Clara game where it got away toward the end, what was the message to this group going into this one?
Well, Santa Clara, we went small, and we just got annihilated on the backboard. But I'm not. We try not to make any excuses. But we were playing at 2 a.m, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy trip. We give all Santa Clara all the credit. But if you get out rebounded by 15 and you let a team shoot almost 50% from the three, and still have a chance, we're up 2 under 2 minutes, and we missed a free throw, made a turnover. We still could have won the game with all the things we've experienced. But look, we were hoping to come out of this 6-5, 7-4 non-conference. We were hoping. If we could do that, we thought we'd have a hell of a year. But when you play Santa Clara at 2 a.m. and you play, when you get ready to play teams like St. Louis and New Mexico, and you're going to play SMU and Utah State out in Hawaii, you've made the schedule the toughest it's ever been in the history of the school. But we did it for a reason. We knew we had an inexperienced young team, and I learned a long time ago from Howard Garfinkel. I said, Garf, I got a young team. This was at Louisville early on. He said, Everett Case, who he used to be a bird dog scout for, take a young team on the road, let them go have all the adversity in the world. If they can handle the adversity come February, you'll have a good team. And I took that advice this year because we have a lot of players coming back, and I wanted them to play a great schedule. So we tried to pick the winner of every league. Penn was picked 1. Santa Clara wasn't picked to win the league. That's Gonzaga's league, but we knew they'd be very good. We knew St. Louis was going to be very good. The Rainbow Classic, I was positive New Mexico was going to be good. So you saw what they did the other night. They've beaten SMU on the road by 20, and now they've beaten St. Mary's after 32 wins in a row at home.
Right.
A win. So we scheduled this. We didn't care last year at this time. We were 19, and not this time. We were 19-3 and 10-0 in conference, but we weren't being challenged. We're going to be challenged.
Look, in my section where I sit near some of your family members. The question comes up with fans is why Nelly seems to have reluctance to dunk. He always like to play off. He very rarely dunks the ball. Fans ask that question.
Yeah, when he gets a running jump, he jumps really well because he's long. He doesn't jump that high. He's long. Well, Osborne's a quick jump and jumps well.
Right.
Nelly in traffic off 2 feet doesn't jump well. Like I coached Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell could put his hand over the rim off 1 foot. Off 2 feet, he goes to here. And certain people, Nelly doesn't jump well off 2 feet.
Okay.
But if he has a running start, he's good.
Okay.
But in traffic, he's not a guy. If he does it, he's jumping this high, but his length is incredible, so he'll dunk it.
So then it seems more like he plays like a power forward than a center.
Yeah, yes, no question about it. But he's got to learn. It's good with Osborne. If we could have ever succeeded and got him to 225, 230, he'd be a pro prospect. But we failed in that area.
You concerned about the fouling tonight?
Yeah, that's the one negative that I said earlier. It's the one negative in the game. And we're not fouling in the press. We only fouled once in the press. We're fouling in the half court. And they're taking it to our bigs. Anton got beat twice to the guy's left hand, and it caused a foul. Walt got beat, and it caused a foul. And when you get beat and you have to rotate out of weakness, it's not good. When you rotate out of strength, it's good. With the shot clock winding down, you switch, it's okay. But the other night, if I had to pick one negative out, it's 24 free throws. They only made 16, but it's 24-10. It's not
Santa
good.
Clara too, right? So the foul.
Santa Clara got killed on the foul line.
Yeah.
Killed. And they made all the free throws. This team only was 16-24.
Right.
But this team was tired tonight. And we kept it under 10 turnovers again, which is great. We almost had our goal of 10 steals. We had 8. So we're getting better. We're improving, but we still got a long way to go with our bench.
One thing I was wondering, when you were preparing this week for this game, when you look at the tape, you kind of figuring how they dealt with the St. John's press, since you like the press like they do?
St. John's didn't really turn them over but once or twice the whole game. So we learned a lot from that game. And the one thing about this team is you're not going to speed them up. I know from playing Virginia, you're not going to speed them up. You got to beat them at their style, and you got to be junkyard dogs. And then if you score a high percentage, you get your press on, you can wear them out. But you're not going to speed them up. You see on a lot of plays, they get a rebound, and coach is going like
Right,
this,
right.
you know, and that's the way he coaches to feel he could win. And so we only had 8 breaks tonight, they had 7 breaks. We'd like to get 18 to 25, but we had to play this style of play. And sometimes you gotta play, you can't speed up teams that practice 100% of the time playing slow, like Virginia, like Niagara. There are a lot of teams like that.
Thanks.
Do you have a sense who might be a good guy off the bench for you? Like who might be close to?
Well, Osborne or Quinn, whichever one,
Okay.
that's gonna be the first one. I think Cruz is a very good basketball player. As he gets comfortable, he'll be a good basketball player. I think Michael Jefferson can get better, and he is getting better. Silas just needs, he's not ready to play right now, quickness. But Silas he's going to be a terrific player someday. It's big guys like that just need to be developed. He's got a very good touch. He's got very good hands. He's a very good passer. He sees it, so he'll be very good someday.
You talked about scheduling lately in November, and you said you did that by design. You got 3 and 5 days coming up. What are you looking for most out of this homestand?
If we stop the 3 like we did tonight, we're going to be a hell of a basketball team. Because the 2 losses, we lost by giving them. Now, Hofstra took some tough threes and made them. Santa Clara they're a great player, just annihilated us. He had 26 points, 9 rebounds. And I think there was an excuse in that game. I think we made a mistake in scheduling a game at midnight. There were 5 games that day. You would think that the only team from the East Coast would have got a break. But we didn't.
Coach, what's involved in teaching a perimeter defense? 2 of 11 for Niagara tonight on threes. What is it that you want to really have your players emphasize?
Well, what you have to do is you've got to play the pick and roll correctly, and with the exception of the last 5 minutes where Walt gave up a 3 by having his hands down and playing a pick and roll wrong, we played it perfectly the whole night, and that's the key. It's not the guy coming off and just shooting a 3. It's the plays that happen first, and then you rotate and stop the 3. The easiest way to get a 3 is to paint, touch, and dish it, or an offensive rebound and throw it back out. And we did a good job on that tonight.
Thanks.
All right?
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Okay, guys.